What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. For those of you who don't know, my name is Samson, and welcome to part 2 of the Carolina Exotics Car Club show. We do have a storm coming up. However, we're going to go ahead and get part 2 going, give you guys some more examples of these beautiful cars. But just like that, let's get into it. All right, guys, coming into the rear vault here, turn to the side, and they immediately have an MV Augusta Brutale. Now, this is one of those sport bikes. It's like a naked bike, but you really don't see these that much at all. I don't think I've ever seen one in person. I do think the owner of this one probably should have went with a different tire. He does have a Shinko on the back. However, not saying that there's anything wrong with Shinko, but you could have got something like a Pirelli if you're gonna have something this beautiful, this nice. You do have a bunch more of these V-Motas. Like I said, if anybody knows anything about this brand right here, definitely let me know in the comments, because I'm not familiar with the brand at all. The cream of the crop is good gracious. I don't think I've ever seen this bike, period. Now, this does remind me of the Kawasaki H2. It is supercharged, just like the H2 is. I can imagine you can probably get in a whole lot of trouble with this bike. You can see, even though it does have the stock swing arm on it, it is extended, it appears. Very, very nice setup. Love the bluing that you're already getting on the titanium exhaust, and everything up here is carbon, like literally everything. So the bike probably doesn't weigh more than, I don't know, 300 or 400 pounds. Very, very nice setup. Never seen a not carbon, but like an aluminum front mounted swing arm. That's like something that's totally new to me. Very, very nice setup on this bike. Probably one of the most unique bikes that I've seen. But you guys let me know if you've ever seen anything like this. It says 217, 250. So I'm guessing as far as this bike goes, this is probably a limited production of 250 bikes. And this is number 217. So really rare bike, really special bike. You do have some more of your old schools right here in the back. Now, guys, we did come on a gloomy day, a bit of a rainy day, so we don't necessarily have as many cars and people here as we would hope to. However, still have some very nice examples. Everything has died down in here just a little bit, so it is kind of quiet. So I'm gonna try to be quiet for you guys. However, we do have a Alfa Romeo. You guys can see this one is finished in red. You may be familiar with some of Alfa Romeo's newer car models, like the Giulia, and they also have some very nice sedans. But this is one of their older models. You can see the little leprechaun 4-leaf clover right there. Very, very nice example. You do also have this Porsche 911. Now, Porsche 911 models, as you guys know, all of them have this extremely very charismatic shape to them. I'm not gonna say they look the same, but you can always tell whenever you're looking at a 911. You do have those wide hips in the back, as well as this very, very nice front grille section. Very, very functional, allowing you to have as much airflow as possible. Coming over to this side, we do get a Mustang Shelby GT350. Now, I do have a video or short of a GT350R on my channel. You don't come across too many of these GT350s, and you can normally tell that you're looking at a GT350 by the revised front bumper area, as well as the heat extractor on the hood. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a fender vent that is unique to the GT350s. Very, very nice example of this car. Love the color as well as the wheels. Most of the cars that you'll see at this show are still stock. You do have a Mercedes. I'm not entirely sure what model this is. However, I will say I do love the color on it. Love the flared fenders that it has. Very, very nice setup. And I can say, even though I'm not a big fan of the classic cars and Mercedes in general, this car is definitely one that I can see myself riding around in. Very, very nice example. You also get this Stingray. This is a C2, and so it is one of the older versions of it. You do get that 427 engine in the front, 7 liters of displacement with the side pipes. Very, very nice example of this car. You can see this is the drop top convertible version. And so you can have a very, very airy open air experience in this car, absolutely having the time of your life on the weekend, or if you guys decide to take a road trip. Same thing with this. This is the same as that car. However, instead of being a convertible version, it's the coupe version. So you do have the actual hard top in the back. Now, these cars also came as a split window. You can see this one does not have the split window. The split windows are more desirable because they only made them for like one model year, I believe. And so they are a little bit more rare and they do bring a little bit more money. Like I said, guys, I'm not a big Mercedes guy, so I'm just gonna go over these a little bit quick. Very nice color, very nice body lines on this car. Same with this one. I believe this is an older model. And so you guys be the judge of if this is something that you actually like or something that you would ride. You can see they do have the white wall tires, bringing back the white walls, not something that you see in everyday cars. However, I do love the white walls. They remind me of that Cars, the actual movie, and I'm a big fan of Cars. So this is the body design that they went with after the C2 models. And so these, you may be able to see a little bit more often than you are to see the C2s. Very, very nice design on this. Corvette did an excellent job. Same pop-up headlights with the hood bulge in the center, wide hips, wide wheels. Very, very nice setup. You do have an R32 or 33, I'm not entirely sure, Nissan GTR. You can see it is turbocharged, the intercooler on the front with the Nismo logo, as well as these Nismo racing seats. We also have some examples in the back. I believe an M3 or M2 BMW, as well as Cobra, Shelby Cobra, another Porsche in the back, and I'm not entirely sure what the beige car in the back is. We do have another Porsche. I believe it may be a Targa 911. However, really like the example of this one. I wish that it was a bit of a brighter yellow than it is. It looks just a little bit dull to me. However, you guys be the judge. And my two favorite cars of the entire show, like I told you guys earlier, I would much rather prefer the Camaro 427 that's on the inside. However, when we talk about America's true, what I consider supercars, some people consider them sports cars, the Viper and the Corvette ZR1. You don't see many of these ZR1s. You see the Z06s and the Grand Sports a lot more often. This one is stock with the original wheels. You can see that beautiful chrome finish, as well as these massive two-piece rotors. You do get an aluminum hat to help you save weight, as well as 6 piston calipers, both of them finished in that beautiful bright highlighter blue. You can see you do get your ZR1 logo on the side, supercharged LS9, the same nice front bumper design with the functional intake for your air, allowing you to bring just a little bit more air and performance into the car, as well as carbon fiber on this lower splitter section. Very, very wide grille, helping you bring as much cooling to the car as possible. And guys, you're not gonna see this car too many times, and so just take it in. Same thing with the Viper. You do get a V10 front engine, V10 in this car. Very, very nice design. The side exit exhaust for the car, as well as these very lightweight, heavily bolstered seats. I'm not sure if you guys can see them from as far away as we are. From as far away as we are, again, guys, we are restricted from actually going back there. However, you can see the Viper also has this functional air intake in the front, as well as heat extractors to help get heat out of that V10. Very, very nice carbon fiber on the bottom parts of the bumper, as well as this massive grille, helping you bring as much cooling to the front part of this car as possible. Very nice example. You don't see Vipers too often. You do get the double bubble on the actual roof, as well as the carbon fiber wing that's in the back. This, for me, is definitely one of my dream cars. I wish I could get in there and show you guys a little bit more of the actual car. However, very nice example. Coming over to this example, we have an extremely nice example of a Porsche GT3 RS. Now, you guys may be familiar with Porsche's RS models. They do have, that is their high performance model trim for their car. So you get the most aero, the most, as far as actual stylistic features, the most aggressive styles. And so you do have a front lower splitter, very, very aggressive. I love the almost Nardo gray with the orange color combination. Very unique. I'm not sure if that would be my particular spec that I would go with. However, I do love it nonetheless. You can see you do get these racing seats in the car, as well as this massive wing in the back and intakes for the actual engine, as well as your GT3 RS script on the side. Very wide hips on this car, as well as a very nice and very aggressive design. We do have a lot of Porsches in this lineup. Another one finished in this beautiful, almost grayish silver and the black rims. This Porsche in particular is one that sparked a little bit of controversy. Not many people liked the headlight design of it. They felt like it looked almost like it was a teardrop or something like that. And so you guys be the judge if this is something that you guys would like to ride around in or not. Me personally, if I had to choose any of these Porsches, I'd be choosing that 911 right there. Very, very nice example of it. And just like that, folks, we have wrapped up another one of our vlogs on the channel of the Carolina Exotics Car Club. Very, very nice event. Now, next time, hopefully we'll have a little bit better weather, and we'll have a lot more examples of some cars out here. I have seen and heard of some Mercedes, as well as like some Lamborghini STOs coming up here. But make sure you folks like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any other cars that you would like to see. But just like that, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.